Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're having a wonderful day so far. So today I just wanted to shoot you guys a pretty quick video on how I clean my brushes. So as you can see over here, I've just got some brushes laying out that need cleaning. They sort of get foundation and things like that caked on them, and then they're not as effective as they would be if they were clean. So I just want to show you guys really quickly how I clean my brushes, give you some tips and tricks. So let's just get started. Alright, so first I'm going to take off my ring because I don't want to get that wet. Alright, so the product that I use to clean my brushes is this liquid beauty blender cleaner, and it is by Beauty Blender, the people that actually make the Beauty Blender. So this is my favorite product to use. Before I got this, my boyfriend actually bought this for me. But before I purchased this, I actually used to use baby shampoo, so that also works if you are sort of on a budget and you don't exactly have the money to purchase products like this. I don't know how much it costed because he bought it for me. Anyway, baby shampoo does the same thing, so don't be stressed out about buying this exact product. So you open this up and it's got this little pump on top, and it pushes the product when you press on this little thing, because it's made to clean the Beauty Blender. So when you press on this little thing, product comes up, and that's sort of how you get it started. So mine looks to be a little clogged. There we go. You push on it and the liquid comes out into this little cup right here, and that's sort of how it works. So, what you want to do before you start this whole cleaning process is you want the brushes that you need to clean. And then also over here, there you go, you want to lay out a towel. Sometimes if I'm cleaning all my like I'm not cleaning all my brushes today. So if I'm cleaning all my brushes, sometimes I'll just like close my toilet lid and lay a huge towel on top of the toilet seat. Just because you want to have space to lay your brushes out, because if you don't lay them out flat, they're not going to dry as fast. And you don't want to, like the best option would be if you had some way that you could hang them like this, because then all the water is going to come down this way as they dry. I don't have anything like that, so I just have to lay them like that. So you just want to obviously make sure that they're not like this. You want to make sure that somehow the water is not dripping back into the base of the brush, because that's going to kill the life of your brushes and they're not going to last as long. So that's tip number one. So you just want to have a towel at hand, because you're going to need that to dry them off, and you're also going to need it to lay your brushes out. If you could have two towels, that would be best. One that you would use to dry them and one that you would use to lay them out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this one flat like this, and I'm going to sit this on top of it so it doesn't slide around. So then I have this spot that I can lay my brushes out, and I have the end of this towel, the extra towel here, that I can use to dry them. So let's get started. Alright, so we have our sink. So I'm going to start by, I've got two beauty blenders here that need to be cleaned. As you can see, they're kind of gross. They've got powder on them and foundation built up in them, so they're not going to be as good at blending out foundation. So what you want to do is just run some water. I like it to be sort of lukewarm. I don't know that it really matters, although you probably don't want like freezing cold, and you probably don't want like scalding hot. So you're just going to get your beauty blender moistened under the water here, and then you're going to take the beauty blender cleaner and press it into your beauty blender. Get all that product, and then sometimes I'll just squeeze some extra out and just slide it on there. So you're just going to work, I mean this is pretty like simple. You're just going to work all of that beauty blender cleaner into the sponge. You're squeezing it as you go. You're rubbing the outside just to make sure that it gets all in the beauty blender. And then you're just gonna wet it again. Squeeze it out. And it's pretty much that simple. So this is a lot cleaner than it was before. If you see some areas, like I can see right here, there's still some like gunk in there. You can go back to that spot and add some more cleaner and just massage it into that spot specifically. And if it's still like extensively dirty, you can of course go back in and just clean it once more. So now I'm pretty happy with that one, so I'm just going to wring it out as much as I can. And then I'm going to use the end of my towel here to squeeze it again and get just some of the excess moisture out. And then you're just going to sit it on your towel. Well, I guess I should sit it where you can see it. You're just going to sit it on your towel and let it rest. And when it dries, you have a clean pink beauty blender, almost back as it was when I bought it. So I'm just going to do the same thing with this one, and I'll just fast forward through this since you've seen it before. So when it comes to brushes, the process is pretty much the same. So I'm going to take one that's pretty gross, just so you can see the difference. So this is the brush that I use for my under eye. I use the NYX under eye, the dark circle concealer. So this brush is very orange and cakey from all of the product buildup that's on it, which is not good because when you go to use it again, it's not going to blend the product out as well. So I've been needing to clean this for a while, but I've been saving this for this video. And then I'll show you a big brush, and then I'll just kind of speed through the cleaning of the rest of these because it's pretty redundant. So again, just get some water running, and you want to wet the tip of the brush first. And as you're cleaning, you want to hold the brush pointing the bristles downward, like so. Because again, you don't want the water to seep into this part of the brush because that's going to loosen the glue, which is bad news because then your bristles will start to fall out. So you just want to sort of hold the brush and swirl it around and get it wet. And then I take my cleaner and I just pump some in there. And as you can see, as you swirl it, the buildup starts to already come out into the lid. So then you just take it and I wet my hand and I swirl my brush in my hand like so. So you can see some of the orange is coming off. So you just swirl it around and then I rinse my hand and the brush at the same time. And it's almost like new after just one wash. You can see it was orange before, now the bristles are white at the end, which is how we want them to be. But I usually like to go back in and just get one more pump and do it one more time because sometimes stuff can hide in the bristles. But you want to just do this until you notice the soap mixture on your hand is coming clean. So right now it's pretty clean. I don't see any orange. So I'll rinse my brush out. And little brushes obviously take less time than bigger brushes. So tap off the excess water, and now that one's pretty darn clean. So then I'll take the edge of my towel again, and I just swirl the bristles on there and get some of the excess moisture off, because if you just lay them out without doing this, they're not going to dry anywhere near as fast. So now he's nice and clean, so I'll just lay him out flat on my towel like so. But I'm going to move him over here so we've got some more room. I know you can't see him, but just lay him out flat to let him dry. So let's go for a big brush. This is the Morphe M439. It's my favorite foundation brush, so it gets dirty really, really fast. And obviously it's a larger brush and has a lot of extra bristles. This one takes usually a while for me to clean. So I'll have to use this process over and over normally for this brush. So again, just doing the same thing. We're going to wet it, and sometimes wetting it and running it through your hand like this already gets some of the product out before you even put the cleaner on it. So we're just going to get those bristles nice and moist. Going to pump up some of our cleaner, swirl our brush in it, and then start swirling it on our hand. So you can see the foundation is just coming off of those bristles. And then I'll squeeze from the end of the brush to the, or from the base of the brush to the bristles, and then wet it and swirl it again. So after one wash, this is what it looks like, which is already way better than it was before, but you can see there's still some product buildup in the center there. There's still some orange. So we're going to go back and wash it again. So get it nice and moist. Get some of our cleanser out, bring it in there. And like I said, this brush is harder to clean than the average brush because for some reason makeup likes to stay in the center of the brush. So when I notice, like right now it looks like it's coming fairly clean, I'll just put some pressure and wipe. And then there's still orange on it, so I'll get it wet again, and I'll put some more product on it. And sometimes instead of swirling, I'll squeeze it this way. So then, and it's also good to, I know I said not to turn it this way, but for this one, it's also good to just get in those bristles there. Just for the purpose of showing you guys what I'm doing. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So you can see the product still just coming out of there when I squeeze the brush. So now this is what we've got. It is clean around the outside. Still some product in the middle, but honestly this brush tends to stay that way. So that is why we take it onto the towel. So you don't want like a white towel to do this with, obviously, because some of that product, as you dry the brush, gets rubbed off onto the towel. So now this is what we've got. Pretty darn clean except for that little spot in the center, but I'm okay with that. So then we're going to lay it out to dry next to our little brush, and we're just going to keep going.
You can reach
just another thing to note, this is a brush that I use with powder, and this is a brush that I use with powder. Brushes that you use with powder will be a lot easier to clean than the ones that you use with like liquids. Just something to note. And sometimes as you wash your brushes, you'll notice like the shape of them, this one was rounded, gets a little destroyed. So you want to just kind of shape the bristles a little bit before you lay it out to dry. And this one's got some fallout going on. My eyebrow brush, and I also clean the spoolie side because it gets product buildup in it just as the same as the brush does, and I clean it exactly the same way. So that is it, guys. It is literally that simple. Here are all the brushes that I have cleaned. Again, if you don't want to buy the Beauty Blender cleanser, you can use baby shampoo. I saw somewhere that you could mix the baby shampoo with olive oil to clean your brushes, but that almost ruined some of my brushes because I put too much oil in the mixture and the oil would not wash off the brushes. So just me, I wouldn't suggest that. I would just use the straight baby shampoo. The good thing about this cleanser is that it does have like a conditioning agent in it, which is why you would use the olive oil, so that the baby shampoo doesn't dry out the hairs on your brushes. But I think that the baby shampoo is sensitive and soft enough that it won't harm your brushes. So that's all that I have for you today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or concerns, suggestions about what you would like to see next, just please leave your comments down below, and I am always pretty quick to reply, and I usually try to reply back to everyone. So thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you next time. Bye.